the archangel Gabriel met Mary to announce the birth of Jesus, a date recorded by the earliest church fathers, including Irenaeus 130-202 AD, Hippolytus 172-235 AD, and Sextus Julius Africanus 162-40 AD. The birth date of Jesus Christ can be calculated here. 9 months after March 25th falls on December 25th. There was an opinion from an Italian monk, Dionysius Exiguus, who lived in the 6th century, suggesting that the birth of Jesus should be dated to the year 01 AD. However, this view contradicts existing historical records. The birth of Jesus must have occurred before the death of King Herod the Great, who sought to kill him by ordering the massacre of all infants under the age of 2 in Bethlehem, Matthew 16. Flavius Josephus 37-100 CE, a 1st century Jewish historian, mentioned that shortly before the death of Herod, there was a lunar eclipse which, according to astronomers, occurred on March 13th in the year 04 BCE, just before Herod's death. Considering Herod's estimation that the newborn was not more than 2 years old, scholars estimate Jesus' birth around 4-05 BC. Christmas is celebrated on December 25th Gregorian calendar, or January 6-7th Gregorian calendar. Catholics and Protestants follow the Gregorian liturgical calendar, while Orthodox Christians follow the Julian liturgical calendar. Keynotes: 1. January 7th Gregorian corresponds to December 25th Julian. The difference lies in the calendar system. 2. January 7th Gregorian as Christmas is valid only between 1901 and 2100. Previously, Orthodox Christmas was on January 6th Gregorian. 3. Orthodox Christmas will shift to January 8th Gregorian in 2101 and beyond. Both Catholic, Protestant, and Orthodox Christians commemorate Christmas on December 25th. Historically, evidence suggests that December 25th Kislev 25 was celebrated as the birth of Christ, coinciding with the Hanukkah festival. The Didaskalia Apostolorum, which records the birth date of Jesus in the Hebrew calendar, indicates that ancient churches continued to regard the Jewishness of Jesus and his life as inseparable from Jewish culture. Interestingly, the birth date of Jesus can be precisely calculated with the date of his incarnation, occurring at the conception in the womb of Mary, on the 14th of Nisan or on March 25th Roman calendar, as noted by church fathers Irenaeus and Tertullian. Irenaeus 130-200 AD wrote in Adversus Haereses against heresies in 189 AD that the conception of baby Jesus' Annunciation occurred due to the obedience of the Virgin Mary. The bondage of Eve's disobedience was untied by Mary's obedience. What the Virgin Eve had bound through her unbelief, the Virgin Mary loosened by her faith. The Church traditionally refers to March 25th as the date of the Annunciation, connecting Christ's crucifixion on the same day and associating his death with the equinox, followed by his birth 9 months later. The Messiah was born 9 months after the Annunciation, with Hippolytus of Rome noting the date as 8 days before January. The theme of Hanukkah, symbolizing the coming of light to dispel darkness, is reflected in the Hanukkah song Banu Koshik Garesh. Jesus attended the Hanukkah celebration, or the dedication of the temple, John 10:22. It is not coincidental that Jesus proclaimed, just before his coming during Hanukkah, "I am the light of the world." This understanding is supported by historical evidence. In 05 BC, December 25th coincided with the Jewish date of Kislev 25, the celebration of Hanukkah or the Festival of Lights, a dedication, mentioned in the Deuterocanonical book of Maccabees 10-5. How can the date and month be calculated? In the Gospel of Luke, it is mentioned that the priest Zechariah, from the division of Abijah, served in the temple before the Lord, Luke 1-5. The descendants of Aaron were divided into 24 divisions. 1 Chronicles 24. These divisions rotated to serve in the temple for 1 week, and twice a year, the division of Abijah served in the 8th and 32nd weeks of the annual cycle. But how did this cycle begin? According to Joseph Heinrich Friedlieb, the first priestly division, Urbi, served continuously from the destruction of Jerusalem on the 9th day of the Jewish month Av. Thus the time of the Abijah priestly division, when Zechariah served, was during the 2nd week of the Jewish month Tishri, corresponding to the Day of Atonement Yom Kippur, on the 10th of Tishri, followed by the Feast of Tabernacles Sukkot on the 15th of Tishri. In the Gregorian calendar, these festivals fall between September 22nd and October 10th. The Abijah division supports the conception of Jesus around March 25th, 05 BC. This was first suggested by Chrysostom, John Chrysostom, Bishop of Constantinople, in a sermon in 386 AD. Zechariah, a priest of the Abijah division, likely served during the Feast of Tabernacles from October 3rd to 10th in 06 BC. Rushing home, his son John the Baptist would soon be conceived. Elizabeth's pregnancy and the Annunciation align around March 25th, 05 BC, leading to the birth of Jesus on December 25th. Unlike the celebration of Easter, the Bible does not explicitly mention when Jesus Christ was born. We only read in Luke 1-9 that the angel Gabriel visited Mary in Nazareth to announce the joyful news of Jesus' impending birth in the 6th month, after his visit to the priest Zechariah, who was also informed about the birth of John the Baptist. Luke 1-5-25 narrates that Zechariah belonged to the division of Abijah and had his turn to serve in the temple in Jerusalem. As noted in 1 Chronicles 24-7-18, there were 24 divisions of priests serving in the temple, and Abijah was the 8th division. Flavius Josephus 37-100 AD, a Jewish historian, and the document Meggilot Ta'anit from around 160 AD, to establish the rotation schedule of the priestly duties. Historical records about when one of the 24 divisions served must be sought. Contemporary records on this matter are found only in Meggilot Ta'anit and the aforementioned work of Flavius Josephus, in addition to relying on the oldest documents from the Church Fathers regarding the establishment of church celebrations, based on Josephus records in War 6.4-1-5, and Meggilot Ta'anit 29b, on the 9th of Av 823 AUC, or corresponding to August 5th, 70 AD, Alfred Edersheim, a Messianic Jew, in his book The Life and Times of Jesus the Messiah, calculated about 75 years backward. He found that the division of Abijah fell on the 2nd week of the month of Tishri in the year 748 AK. The 6th month after that, falling on the 14th of Nisan, 749 AUC, Mary conceived Jesus, and 9 months later, Jesus was born on the 25th of Kislev, 749 AUC, or corresponding to our current calendar, December 25th,